Okay, so in so you are what are the technologies? I mean, you using? I mean, Java. The
Java, Spring, Hibernate, web services.
okay. So in Java, which version you have been
1.8.
comfortable? Okay. So what are the features of
Yeah.
1.8?
So Java introduced the Lambda expression, Lambda functions, stream APIs, datetime APIs, method
Mm.
reference, and optional class, and also the enhancement in the hash map. So previously we stored the elements in the linked list. After the reaching the threshold, it will convert into the tree. And another thing like the G1 collector in the garbage collection.
Okay. So have you been used the
Sorry.
streams?
Yeah,
Streams.
yeah, I
Have
have
you
used.
used the streams? Okay. So what are the streams you have been used?
Yeah, so I have used like the when iterating the list, then I have used the stream APIs and also used the some functions like the filter and the uh, yeah, filter and map.
Okay. Okay. I mean, like, so what is functional interface in Java 8?
What are the yeah,
Functional
yeah.
interface. What do you mean by
So if
functional?
there is only the one abstract method in that interface, that is called the functional interface in the Java 1.8. So the Lambda function has used that functional interface.
Okay. What do you mean by parallel stream?
Yeah, the sequential stream and there are the two types of stream, sequential stream and parallel stream. So in the concurrent, if you are using the multi-threading environment, then you have to execute the parallel task. Then you have to use that parallel uh, streaming.
Okay. So how I mean like what is singleton and what is how what are the types of singleton?
What is singleton? You are asking, right? Yeah, the
Yes, yes.
singletons means if you want to only the one instance per JVM, then you can use the singleton class. Then if you want to create the singleton class, then you have to declare the constructor, private constructor, and you can declare one method, synchronize method, and you can return that instance from that method.
Yeah, I mean like uh, is it a pure singleton?
Uh, Sorry, singleton. What is?
Yeah. I mean like so the method
Okay.
you told right? Okay, is that a pure singleton? Or can we achieve the singleton functionality by other way?
Other way using. Mm, yeah, sorry.
It's okay. It's okay.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, okay. So in collections, what you have been used? What are the
I have used
collections
the
you have
set
used?
list map. I have used.
Okay. Say like we have a huge. Why we where we use hash map? Where we use set? Where we use list?
Okay, so if you want to fetch the data from the database, then you have to use the list. You have to declare the list, and you can fetch the data from the database because the list implements the random search interface, so it is faster than
Why,
yeah.
why why can't we use set there?
Because set is not ordered and the list maintains the insertion order. So the when you are pasting any element from the list, it will directly get that index and you will get that values of that.
Okay. What do you mean by
Map
map?
means in the map you can insert the distinct keys. So there are the unique keys you have to insert into the hash map. So there are the key value pairs you have to insert in the hash map. So there the hashing function is used to insert. So the hash code will be generated on the key, and that key stored into the bucket. So the bucket size is 16, and you can, yeah, you can, yes, okay.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. I mean, like, so, I mean, see, like, I have many threads
Okay.
accessing an object. Say, like, the object has 10, I mean, like, you have a DB call. Assume, like, you have a DB call. And uh, yeah, many threads have been accessing that
Okay.
list collection. So, how you can prevent it? Say, like, that collection is a map,
Okay. Okay.
and you want to prevent uh, it from multi-threading.
Okay. So you want to use the multi-threading, or you want to use the how, what is your question?
I mean, it was a map collection. So many threads will access it, and you want to prevent one thread to access, or you want to basically how you handle the map collection
Yeah.
in
So
multi-thread.
the you can use the concurrent hash map, or you can use the uh, synchronized hash map.
Mhm.
So concurrent hash map, can I explain, or? Okay.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, okay,
Yeah,
I'm
so the
fine with
concurrent hash map locks on the particular object, and synchronized hash map actually locks the whole the map object. So the in the concurrent hash map, it is working on the clone. It is not working on the real object. So when the one thread is trying to iterate it, and another thread is trying to modify it, then yeah, okay.
wait. Is concurrent map works as clone?
uh, in concurrent hash map working on the cloning object, not the real object. So the data, yeah, yeah, I'm sure.
Are you sure? Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
it's fine. Yeah, let's move on. Yeah. What do you mean by atomicity?
Okay. Atomicity means in the transaction level, when you want to uh, commit the transaction or either revert the transaction, then atomicity is used in the acid transactions.
Okay. Okay. So say like you have a bulk data in database, and you want to, I mean, you want to read the data. I mean, say like it has a million records in DB. So you want to read it from some application layer.
Okay. Hmm.
So how can we achieve it? I mean, what are the ways? I mean, steps of coding you do that for in DB buddy layer. So actually, the data is huge.
Okay. Okay. Uh,
How you in DB layer, and the in front, and the other one is in front end. How you handle it?
okay. So first I will go with the JDBC, because the Hibernate not allowing to insert the multiple objects. So you can go with the JDBC. JDBC is faster than Hibernate, and you can use the prepare statement, because prepare statement is faster than statement, and you can save all the records in the database using the prepare statement.
Okay. Okay. In front end, how you handle it in front end? I mean, like we cannot show that the whole record in front end,
Oh,
right?
so the if you want to display the record into the front end, then you can use the pagination, and you can show the records in the pagination.
Have you used Hibernate?
Yeah, I
Have
have
you used
used the
Hibernate?
Hibernate.
Yeah, how you will address pagination with Hibernate?
Um, Hibernate. Criteria queries you can achieve the pagination.
Okay, okay. What is
Uh,
dialect
di- yeah, so
in Hibernate?
dialect is properties you have to mention in the properties files, Hibernate properties files, and dialect generate the SQL queries.
Okay, okay. So have you used thread?
Uh,
Have you used thread in
I have
Java?
used the executor framework, not actually working on the thread.
So what is
Yeah,
executor framework?
executor is a concurrent means in the multi-threading environment you can create the multiple threads and you can assign the task to that threads. So using the callable interface you will get the future object and you can page the result from that future object and you can use it in your application.
Okay. Uh, so have you used in cloud? In which services you are good in cloud?
Yeah, cloud I use the
You have in
yeah
cloud?
I have used the EC2 instance and the S3 bucket. Yeah,
Okay, only two. So you know what is VPC in AWS?
VPN, VPC,
VPC.
virtual private network means virtual. I'm not sure about actually. I haven't used.
No, no issues. I mean, have you used the Lambda functions?
No, I haven't used.
Okay. So in EC2, so why you are using
Yeah.
EC2? What is the
So
use case?
our servers are actually deployed in the AWS. So we have the dev server access. So if there is anything, if the server is down, then we have to log in into the AWS and we have to restart that server. And also the S3, we have stored some files on the S3.
Okay. Files in the S3. So how security is that? So you have a file in S3, and so by default, can you download it?
No, actually, we have generated some key client ID and secret ID. We have used to authenticate that file. S3, Amazon S3.
Okay. How you will connect S3 from the
Okay,
code?
so for that you have to
It is how to connect
yeah
AWS from the code.
for that AWS SDK dependency you have to add into pom.xml and you can also use the service client ID or secret ID of the that service and you can pass that service to the AWS and you can use the services of the AWS.
Okay. Okay. So so when you get when the JVM is down or when while you are when the server is down, what you will do? So if you end up with some server down issues, what you will do then? How you will debug it?
Yeah, the server down issues basically it will throw the 500 error in your application. First, you will check the logs of the applications, and you can see the 500 error is there because server is not working. Then you can check the instance of the that server, and you can just restart that server, or you can still if it is not working, then you can restart the JVM also.
Okay. So when JVM is down, what you will do? How you will debug? You see, like you have some memory leak there in JVM. How you will address it?
JVM. Okay, there is the out of memory error when you are facing the object then you are getting the out of memory error, and then you can increase the size of your or you can add some parameters in your consoles and increase the heap size of your JVM. Then you can avoid that out of memory.
Okay. Yeah, fine. I mean, like, so what are the design patterns you have been used
Yeah,
in
I
your
have used
code?
the Singleton factory, then adapter.
Okay. So, um, so you have
Yeah, I have
used
used.
Spring, right? So, which pattern does Spring use?
Mm, uh,
So, why we use Spring basically? What is the need of it?
Basically, Spring provides the some if you want to develop the application in the rapidly, or then Springboard provides some features like the uh, actuator. You can check the health check of the application and some inbuilt servers, so you don't need to set up the explicit server. So
No, no, no. Wait, wait. What is difference between Spring and
okay,
Spring Boot?
so the difference is like in the Spring you have to explicitly set up the servers, and in the Spring Boot you have to there are the embedded servers like the Tomcat and Jetty, and
Yeah, yeah. So Spring does not have server.
yes,
Spring Boot
yes,
only
yes.
has cold server. So then why we use
Spring
Spring?
is like the inversion of the control. So when you are create it when you are passing the um,
What is
so
inversion of
through the
control?
dependency injection, you can instantiate your bin. So like there are the two types of dependency injection: constructor based and setter based injections. So you can uh, instantiate bin through this constructor injection or setter injection.
Okay. Um, so have you heard about a web client?
Web.
Client. So say like how you have how to call a API. I mean, you have
Okay.
some REST API and you want to
Okay.
call that. How you do?
Okay, so the Spring provide the REST template. So there is the REST template object, or the post for object or go for object. In that parameter, you have to pass the URL headers and the body also, means the required parameter you have to pass, and you can get the response in the response entity, and you can easily iterate that response in your code.
Okay. So you have any experience in developing front end UI
No,
like
no, previously in my prior project worked on the Angular 1.2, 1.2, but after that I didn't get chance to work on the front end.
Okay. So can you explain me how string works? I mean the Java
String,
string, right?
okay,
Yes. I mean
yeah,
string.
the string is
Uh,
immutable in Java. So there are the string is stored that you can create the string in the two ways. First is the string literal, and using the new keyword you can create the object of the string, and that object gets stored into the constant string pool that is residing into the heap memory.
yes. So what is circular dependency in Spring?
Yeah, so the dependency, like uh, your one bin is dependent on the another, and the second bin is dependent on the third. That is called the circular dependency, and through the I guess. Yeah.
So I mean, which type of injection we can prevent it, and what are the ways to?
Which type of? Okay. Okay. Uh, I think. Mm,
Okay, what do you mean by?
okay.
It's okay, fine. What do you mean by
Self
self-invocation? Self-invocation in Spring.
self invocation in the spring. Sorry, I'm not sure.
I mean, okay, so why we are using a transactional in Spring?
Okay, okay.
What is the
So
usage?
if you want to instantiate the transaction, or you want to achieve the acid properties, then you have to the Spring provides the two ways of you can programmatically manage the transaction, or you can declare the transaction using the transactional annotations. So there are the propagation methods are there, so you can use that propagation method and manage the transaction of your application.
Okay. Okay. What do you mean by acid
Okay,
properties?
acid properties are the there are the suppose atomicity, consistency, um, isolation, and durability. So the durability means if your system gets failure, still your transaction either gets committed or get rolled back. Isolation means the one transaction is not dependent on the another transaction. So that is
So, what are the isolation levels?
okay. Solution committed, uncommitted. Uh, yeah, I know the both. Yeah, committed and uncommitted.
Okay. Serializable.
Serializable. Yeah, serializable.
Okay, so what do you mean by serializable actually? Basic, what is serialization and what?
Yeah, if you want to save your object into the network, then you can use the serializable. So in the Java, you can implement the serializable interface.
Okay, I mean we have some version ID there, right? Why we are using that version ID?
Because in the serialization what happens we are sending that data into the network, so getting back the same data, so you can use that serial version id.
So what happens if I am not adding an ID?
Mm, okay,
Okay, okay, it's okay. Okay, how to handle exceptions in Java? So you have an application. So what's the best way of handling application? The application is Spring application, and it was an yeah, it's a Spring application. What is the best way of best way of implementing exception handling?
okay. Suppose you are using the Spring Boot, then the Spring Boot provides the at the rate controller advice annotations, and you can write the custom exceptions, and you can easily throw your exceptions. And if you are using the Spring MVC, then the exception resolver is there. You can easily create the exception classes, and you can redirect the if the exception throws, you can redirect to that custom page.
In APIs, in REST API, how you handle it?
In the
So if some
in
if some so you are holding an get API and there's an exception happened, how you handle it? Oh,
okay, so you have to return the custom exception. For that you can return the custom exception, and this you can easily throw the exception through the custom exception.
okay, okay, yeah, thank you.
Okay.
Yeah.